Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 21 of Curse of Strahd. Hopefully, we can get sound stuff figured out eventually. I see some people that are saying that there's no sound.
You're good now.
Okay, well, I mean, like they can hear me, but they couldn't hear the music, which will be a problem if Roll20's music is not playing later, is my point. So hopefully we'll get that figured out. If we do not have music once we get going, just make sure to let us know so we can try and figure out what that's going on, because I had levels, yet you guys weren't hearing it, so I'm not sure what the issue was there. Anywho, we're going to move on. If this is your first time here, welcome. Hope you all have a wonderful night tonight. We are a group of a bunch of nerdy friends that get together and like to play Dungeons and Dragons. We go by the name of Trials of Imagination. This is our second campaign together. We are going through the campaign module known as Curse of Strahd. It is a dark, gritty horror type of campaign, and the version we are doing is very much homebrewed. So whether you're new to Curse of Strahd or you are very familiar with it, either way, you should have a lot of fun here. You should be able to have a lot of surprises, a lot of twists and turns, regardless of what your experience is with that module. You might notice as we go throughout the stream that you're not going to see us engage vocally with chat a whole lot. Do not fret. This is normal. We only have a 2-hour time slot that we have to fit in due to some players not being able to stick around, whether it be for work or internet or whatever the related reasons are. So we have to really stay focused and give the episode its as much focus as we can so that we can cover all the material in the short time frame that we have. So it is normal. We have a section at the end to where we have a post-stream chat where we try to engage with you there. So if engagement is your thing, stick around to the end and we will certainly do that. You may also note that we will do our best to communicate as much as possible in chat itself. A lot of our players will communicate there throughout the stream, so you can actually communicate with us there, just not vocally. So if you type something to us and you don't see us interact in any way, it's not personal. We're not ignoring it. We see it. We're just trying to stay focused and cover as much content as possible. Okay, that is enough for that. I'm going to hand it over to SJ for announcements, and then we'll go from there. So, SJ?
Okay. My turn. All right. All right. So next week is the week of Thanksgiving. So we will be taking a week off. So happy Thanksgiving to everybody. So yes, we won't be here next week. Don't forget, we also have our podcast, which started. So you can find that on Spotify, Apple, and Google Music, right?
Google Podcast, yeah.
Google Podcasts. Okay. And so that's just under the TOI podcast. So you can find it there. Right now there's only one episode up. But listen to it often, share it with your friends. We also have our Patreon up, which there are 6 different tiers. So you're welcome to go and look at that if you wish. You can do ! socials, and there will be a link in it's not a link tree, but it's one of those things. There's also a special announcement coming soon. Super excited about it. Something is in the works, guys. I mean, come on. With us, there's always something in the works. So stay tuned for some awesome announcements coming in the next couple of weeks. And then last but not least, we have a special one-shot plan for you guys. Now, sadly, we obviously can't have everybody in the one shot, but we would like to be able to host a one shot for you all. So if you go to our Discord and go to the channel one shot, there is a event there, and you can just press interested and you'll be entered into a drawing to be picked for that one shot. So yeah, it's exciting. All right, back to you, Tubilane.
Thank you. Okay. That is all the announcements for today. I know there's a lot of stuff going on, and we're excited to jump into episode 21. So if you are new here, we have a lovely cinematic intro that we like to start the episode with. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Welcome back, everybody. Episode 21, after two decades of episodes, basically. New layout, new stuff, new fun stuff all around. We'll adjust things as we go. But let's go ahead and hop into the recap of the story so far. I do have background music playing, so if anyone can't hear anything, let me know so I can try and figure that out as we get going. But our adventurers started this whole madness with going to the aid of a local village that seemed to be having some issues with some kidnappings. They went and took care of it, got back, even retrieved a lot of the people who had been kidnapped, had a giant festival in our character Ayla's hometown, had a great time, a lot of food, a lot of fun, a lot of drinking, a lot of gambling, all the above. Until suddenly things went a little south whenever Ayla's brother was kidnapped. Things escalated and they confronted the kidnapper, only for, at the end of it all, Idris, the seventh member of the party at the time, to sacrifice himself in an exchange for Ayla's brother's life. The enemies dissipated at that point. The characters ran back, found Ayla's hometown that they were just having a party in on fire, only for suddenly to be surrounded by a dense fog and teleported away to where they are now, known as Barovia. They met a hooded figure that, unbeknownst to them at the time, was Strahd von Zarevich, who directed them in a safe location, safe being the operative word, to where they experienced a lovely, fun house for a time, to where they really started to realize that this is a strange place they're in, before finally escaping, barely with their lives. Mark himself actually nearly died on the way out, but was saved by a mysterious figure who the party has yet to really identify, that showed up and seemed to have some form of fallen Azamar wings that did show up, revive Mark, and then leave. From here, our party went on to a local house to try and find refuge, after seeing that upon emerging from the house there was a attack going on. It seemed to be of wolves, werewolves, direwolves, and everything of the like. They found refuge in the house, and it were not alone. There were 3 other members in the house. And although the interactions weren't incredibly friendly at first, they ultimately decided to, cooperate. But things took a turn for the worst, and the end result is one of the 3 had turned into a werewolf, unbeknownst to the rest of the party, killing one of the others before the brother of the bunch, Namir, went upstairs to handle it, while he directed everyone else to stay downstairs and keep themselves safe. Upon coming back up to investigate, they realized that even though Namir had taken out a few werewolves, he had succumbed to a lot of his wounds and was dying, bleeding out on the floor. They met during that altercation. They also met one of the 7, which is a mysterious term that they haven't investigated a whole lot yet. But this character's name was Samael, and he claimed that they had an artifact of his that he wanted back, which he seemed to have achieved after whatever interaction he had upstairs while the players were downstairs. Having the artifact now, he retreated and paid the rest of the players no mind, while our player character Zyle, did Namir's last wishes and ended his life before he had a chance to turn into a werewolf himself. The characters moved on throughout the village, having some lovely interactions with townsfolk and going to a tavern, which is always a good time at any point, especially with players like these, and met a person known as Ismark, which is who they are traveling with now. There was a lot of things that occurred between where they are at the tavern and where they are now, but the short version, they did go to Ismark's home, get to meet him, get to meet his sister, tried to leave once, and it went really wrong as Nadar... Well, before that, there was an encounter with Strahd and some interesting enemies in the woods where they had to recoup tried to leave again. Nadar ran into the woods. That caused a very trippy scene to happen to where really strange things occurred. And then back into it, regroup, third time's the charm. Now they leave to carry Ismark's dead father as the behest of Ismark and his sister Irina to bury him at the church where he had wished to be buried. And they arrive at the church to meet Father Donovich, who does proceed with the burial, but some additional information is found out as arriving at this church. It is destroyed, it is desolated, and there are screams coming from beneath the church that seem to indicate some form of hunger of a person that's down there crying out, "Father, I'm starving." On pressing Donovich a little bit further, they find out that it is Donovich's son, and that he does not know what it is anymore, but he does not really consider it his son truly anymore. And for the safety of himself and others, he has put the now considered creature, I guess we will say, down below in a cellar, locked away to where it cannot harm anybody else. And our group was having some discussions of what to do about this, when suddenly at the door a small figure came through at the end of the last episode, and it was a familiar to some of our players gnome that was a character from campaign 1, played by Miss SJ, who plays Ayla herself, and walked in, and we did nothing more than describe it to where it was without a doubt that they understood that this character was Isalia, which is SJ's character from campaign 1. And that is where we left off last episode in the story so far, condensed at least, and where we pick up now. So, for anyone visiting the first time, just a quick run through. We have Mr. Richard playing the character Zyle, who is our cleric. We have Miss Captain Bex playing the character Elbreth, who is our warlock. We have Mr. Liam, who is playing the character Mark, who is our wizard. We have Mr. J playing the character Millard, who is a rogue. We have Mr. Josiah, aka Lava Burner, who is playing Nadar, our barbarian. And we have Miss SJ, who is playing Ayla, our monk. So that is recap of the characters, a recap of the stories, and we leave off with Isalia walking through the door. Now, for the sake of some entertainment purposes, bare minimum, SJ has volunteered to roleplay both characters. So buckle up, we're going to have some fun. I'm going to cue the Isalia cam as well, so you guys can have that. And we'll see where this goes, because I honestly do not know. Because I honestly do not know. So, Isalia has walked through the door. What do you do?
Who are you?
Upon you saying that, so given where Mark is, Ismark is going to turn around and immediately is going to look. You can all see this clear as day. He looks like he has seen a ghost, basically. Although instead of fear or alarm, he will immediately kind of rush towards her and kind of like fall on his knees and actually like give her a hug and kind of wrap her up a little bit. He's like, my friend, where have you been? It's what happened? Are you all right?
So tired.
I've
been walking for days. Is there water?
Of course. He's gonna reach and grab what he has on his person and hand it to you.
Are you okay? Do you need healing?
Yes, but just time is fine. I know Barovia is not the best place to just rest, but I don't plan on really going anywhere at the moment.
Forgive me for pressing, my dear. You seem like you have a lot. Where are the rest of you?
I don't know. We were battling the Seven, and we were starting to make headway, and then Strahd came, and the tables turned, and then Mathael created a portal and
What?
just pushed me through.
What name did you just say?
Mathael?
It's not a common, but I don't know you, so must be someone else. It's not Azamar, is he?
Yes. He's great Azamar warrior. Why?
7.5 feet tall, deep voice, strong sense of good and evil.
Loves blueberry muffins, yes.
That he's where? He's here? In this
Yes.
land.
Yes. We were battling, and he sent me away when it started getting really bad, and I landed in a forest. I couldn't get back to them. So I've been walking for days. Does anyone have any food?
Nadar throws a rock.
I've got a ration. We'll give you a ration.
Ismar just turns
Thank
around
you.
and kind of grabs me. Here, my dear.
Thank you.
We have to.
I'm sorry. It seems like you've been through quite an ordeal. You say you've been walking for days. Were you fighting for that long? We have not seen you for months.
What are you talking about? We had just left you for the castle. Just before. It has not been months.
I'm sorry, my friend. It has been several months since we last spoke.
What are you talking about? The battle was 2 days ago. And we saw you the day prior. It's only been 3 days since I've seen you, at most.
And Irina has come up and is on a knee at this point as well. And Isalia, what he's saying is true. We have not seen you for months. We fear you are all dead.
Wait.
Seems
Like
a case
So
of
they did not
ventilation.
return? We've all been gone for months? Where are they?
I do not know. We all thought the worst. I mean, we're shocked to see you here.
No. I know Barovia is strange, but no. They have to still be alive. They have to still be out there. Was there any news after the battle? Was there anything about us?
Nothing. I mean, there was word that some of the Seven had been killed.
We were able to do that much, yes.
Um,
That's when Strahd joined in.
So you and your group managed to kill some of the Seven? How many?
Oh. 3. 3, I believe it was 3.
Alright.
But if it's been months since then, I'm sure Strahd would have re-strengthened them, brought in new.
Time dilation can be tricky.
It's true. Sorry. Whenever you if you feel more up to strength, I'll introduce you to these fine folks behind me. But we've been conversing with them for a couple of days now, and they seem to have experienced something very similar to what you were describing now. That some form of very strange time jump or time dilation of sorts.
Yeah, we've supposedly been here 11 months, but you said so. The castle, a castle, is where you last saw Mathael, and this was after a fight or in the middle of the fight. What?
It was in the fight. During the fight, we went to try and take Strahd down. We did not like the way he treated his people, and thought it was time for him to step down. We thought we were strong enough. And if we could have just gotten through the 7 and been able to breathe a second, maybe, but he was so strong. I don't know what else we could have done, honestly, to overtake him.
Forgive me if forward, Miss Elbereth. Do you know these people?
I don't know her or the others she may be talking about, except for Mathael. That's my brother, who I recently found out is still alive, and I thought he died like several years ago.
And without needing to even roll anything, so Isalia, upon hearing that, you're instantly going to have a memory of post-campaign 1. One of the things that Mathael wanted to do was go and visit his sister's graveside that he had for her. And now you remember going there and doing this and him talking about his sister, and you know that he has one, and have now realized that on her saying that, this is, in fact, that person.
You cannot be his sister. I went to her grave with him.
I did die, and I was brought back to life, and the person who dropped me off said that they were unable to save Mathael.
I've been
So is he still the same
traveling with Mathael for a while. Long while.
All this time?
You died, Elbereth?
Yeah, we were unfairly accused of something and basically assassinated by our own people in a supposed court.
Yes, I remember that story. Mathael will be beside himself. We have to find them. They must still be alive. There's no way they would have let themselves die like that.
Do you know where you were?
At the castle.
You made it in the castle?
Yes.
Okay.
We were in the castle. We had made it fighting all the way there. Here and there anyways, and got there, and then the 7. But I know I'm gonna be no good to anybody, and my instrument is for naught anyhow. Anyway, I need to rest, so I can help in the search. Well, why are you here? Why are you at the church?
I'm sorry to give extra bad news because I know he was still with us whenever you guys left, but our father passed away some days or weeks ago. So we came to bury him.
So young. I'm so sorry for your loss. I'm so sorry.
Thank you, my friend. I'm more concerned about yours. I hope for the best, and that they are, in fact, alive. You are all a very resilient bunch, and if anyone could still be, that it would be you and you all. But our father he's at peace now, so we're good. We're good with this.
Yes, go on.
Um,
Would you mind if we go back to your home? I need to rest. I've been walking for 2 days.
Of course. Let me. We have a slight issue we are addressing here at the moment. Let me introduce you to everyone, and we'll figure this out, and then we'll gladly take you home, get you some rest, and get you back up to your normal self. Everyone, forgive the craziness. This is Isalia. Isalia, if you all would like to introduce yourself.
My name's Mark.
Hi, Mark. Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Well, I am Isalia. I hope you are okay. Why don't you at least sit down on a bench? It would probably be, I know they are broken, but it would be more comfortable than us just staring at you on the floor.
My name's Millard, and I would disagree and recommend you don't stay here, because this place is a ramshackle place. I mean, we're heading out, so you'd be all here by yourself.
Well, it sounds like Ismark says there is business to finish here. I do not mind waiting. I know the father has a few beds for weary travelers. I can rest in until we leave.
The human gentleman over here, that's cleric, is Mr. Zyle.
I would offer to heal you a bit, but it's been a day.
Okay, got it. I'm sure it has been. It's always a day in Barovia.
It's been a long several days. And you've already met Miss Elbereth here. And in the corner over there with the plant above his head, that's...
There's someone in a plant. Why is he hiding like that?
He's wearing the plant like a hat at this point.
Yeah.
Does he know that we can see him still?
Yes. Actually, I don't know. Oddly enough, he in some ways reminds me a lot of Balazar. So you might be able to get along with him just fine.
Okay.
He is strange.
Nadar approaches, keeping the plant on his head as best he can.
He does not seem right.
He is drunk.
My name is
would do it.
Nadar.
Right.
And a neat little fact about myself. I was born at the age of 5 without a face.
Might I add, very drunk.
Right.
I
Well,
proceed to throw the bush across the room and start eating a rock.
I see that.
Very
Well,
drunk.
as
It's when he's sober is when
I
you have
see
to
you
worry.
guys have some work to do. I do not want to get in your way. Father, would you mind if I take one of the rooms with the beds until they're done?
What are we doing here?
No, my child, you may do whatever you need to do. This is not much. The beds have not been kept for quite a while. I apologize, but it is better than the floor.
Yes, anything is better than.
There used to
hard
be
floor.
it used to be a door on that one. I'm not sure what happened. Perhaps try the other one that still has a door.
Thank you, Father.
That was
Come and get me when you're ready to head out. Nice meeting you all. And she turns and heads back to her room to rest.
So what are we doing here?
So I don't want to speak for your group, but you were all kind of discussing what to do about the thing downstairs.
Your son.
Right.
No,
That's that.
I'm
He's
Ismark. I don't have a child.
Mark, we were discussing what to do with the father's son that has turned into a vampire.
Yeah, he
And
asked us to kill him, essentially.
Right. We have come
Is
to
the father
realize that
still in
the
the
best form of
Yeah.
action
Yes.
is to
Yeah.
kill the boy. So
Well,
that was where we were at.
so as a reminder, just in case anyone forgot, so basically what he did, he put the ball in your court and said that, look, like you guys seem to have your wits about you. Like, I don't know what can be done about this, but if you think you can cure my son, do it. If you don't think that's possible, do what you have to do.
I know there's a spell that can do it. I just can't figure out what spell it is.
At this point, I think it's just best to end this boy's suffering.
Why is that?
Well, he has been this way for months. And it does not seem that, according to the father, he is himself at all. It might as well just be a demon at this point. So we might as... It's probably best, even for the father's sake, to just end this suffering.
I tend to agree, Mark. If you can't remember the spell, I don't think there's anything we could do for him. I'm gonna go over to the ground and find a long piece of wood. And pick it up, and I'm gonna sharpen it into a stake.
But he's just a kid.
He is a kid who has died long ago. Just his body remains with something else inside.
Mark, you remember the Afridi that took your wife?
Yeah.
The demons, right?
Not exactly.
With the tricksters, and they could take various forms, right?
Don't think so.
Certain of them can, right?
Do I know this?
Yeah, I would agree to that.
Okay. Alright, yeah. What's your point?
We don't even know if that thing is really the boy. He's called it a demon. We know how to deal with demons. It's the same thing. Maybe it is the boy, maybe it isn't. The point is, he's either not in his right mind, and we have no way of healing him, and needs to be put down for his own sake, or he is a demon, and he needs to be put down for the town's sake. Now, I don't like it any more than you do. I think it's horrible either way. But what needs to be done needs to be done. And I walk up to Mark and I hand him the steak.
Why are you handing me this?
I'm gonna make another one.
Look, I don't make the rules, but you have to do this.
No, I was just saying, we gotta be prepared, Mark. We gotta be prepared to do what we gotta do. And I pick up another piece of wood and I make another steak. You know stories? Steak through the heart? I mean, that'll kill anything.
And amidst your talking, the group can now notice, if they look up, that Nadar is not in the room, but you can see a trail of soil and vegetation leading out to the door.
Not again.
One more thing we have
Is
to
it
keep
still
track of.
my turn? Is it someone else's turn?
I went out the last time.
Pretty
What?
sure I went out the last time.
I went out the second to last time when he ran into the woods.
You went out after him because you were there.
Yeah, exactly. I took my turn.
Wasn't it your fault?
No, that is absolutely not true. Where do you come up with that?
I don't know. I just assume if you were there, it was your fault.
Well, you always assume it's my fault, so...
Fine. I will go chase Nadar. You prep for your task, I guess.
I will go with you.
So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be arranging
You
steak.
already have a steak. You stay here.
No, well, you guys go about your business. Telling everybody else.
So
We don't know how dangerous this thing can be. So
Yes,
what we're
the
going to do
more
is
of you, the better.
we're going to line the outer door with stakes. So if it tries to claw out,
That's a window, SJ.
Well, I saw him go through it.
He
well,
probably
he's
did
an
it
elf.
to be quick.
I'm the elf.
Alright, he's him. So what we're going to do is
I'll be back.
we're going to line the cellar door with stakes. So even if he tries to jump out at us, because we don't know how hungry he is, he'll get caught on him at least. And then we're going to use whatever pole arms we construct to keep him at a distance. Just because he's hungry doesn't mean he ain't dangerous.
It seems
Not
very
happy about
very
this.
wise. It does seem wise. I think I agree with this plan.
Gonna be like fishing for crabs.
Where's your son?
Sorry, Father. You may want to go be in a room for this between their dialogue and what's going to happen to your used to be son is probably not pleasant.
Where's your son?
I believe the forgive me, I've already forgotten your name. The roguelike man here already knows the area. He seems to be talking about it. He will show you the room.
I do take offense to that.
Yeah, apologies. I haven't associated with people in a long time. I will, I guess, go in this room with the only other room with the door left. I would have gone in the other one, but I guess I'll have to worry about that later.
I nudge Zael. That was also not my fault.
I'll go in my study here. If you do need me for anything, do not hesitate to come. I will help with what I can. And he walks to the door and shuts it, and now he's in a little study area. So now it's just the party. Going outside to Ayla, and let me pull up the map here so we guys can kind of see what's going on there. So you can come around the corner, and you do not see Nadar.
Nadar! Nadar!
In Nadar, you hear nothing.
Nadar! This isn't funny anymore. You need to stop just running off.
And even if you step right here, so Nadar, you can see Ayla, and now you can hear her. Ayla, you do not see or hear anything from Nadar.
Weird. Nadar! It's not funny anymore. Nadar! Here you go.
So, Nadar, you might be confused or think that your plant disguise has magically suddenly started to work. I'm not sure which.
I did.
No, he ditched
I
the
did.
plant.
I did shit. I threw it before I walked out.
Nadar! Nadar! Oh crap, I'm gonna get a lot of earful if I can't find him. Nadar! Maybe go around the other way. Nadar! I have beer! I have whiskey! That is not Nadar. Who's
And
there?
You feel the temperature drop a good 15 degrees suddenly.
I shiver. I pull my bow staff
It's
to my
worth it.
front
Worth-
on guard pose.
Worth noting, Nadar, you feel this too. You feel like a drastic drop in temperature all of a sudden.
Oh wait, no. I'm pulling my EMF. Start checking for no.
Beep!
Wrong game.
I know.
Who is
Oh.
there? Strahd, is
No.
that you?
No response.
You called my name. You want something. What is it?
I reached for my was it great axe? Yeah, my great axe.
Mm-hmm.
And I slowly pull it out just in case, for some reason, I'm hiding better than I thought I was.
Nadar. So to the left corner, upper corner of the building,
Mm-hmm.
around here. So that'll be your peripheral, let's say. You suddenly see what
Yeah.
seems like something walk by, but walks around the building to where, if you look, you see nothing now, but clearly looked like something walked by.
Footprints evidence?
Nope.
Sorry, my brain's just going all phasmophobia mode right now. I was like,
Yep.
what evidence can I find?
Yep.
Oh, I've played too much of that game.
I've already answered you. What do you want?
Am I hearing
Looking
the?
around.
Am I hearing the weird voice?
You do not hear that.
What do you want?
No response.
Is there a specific direction I can hear this voice coming from?
No, I mean, imagine if you've ever been in a mountain terrain and you yelled or had someone yell, and it's kind of reverberated and seems to echo from an unknown direction.
You keep calling my name, and I keep answering. What do you want? Well, that's not very savory.
what it is.
Is there a specific blood you want?
Type A, type A, type A.
The
Yes.
same as Elmo's.
Is there a specific person that you are looking for?
No response.
Why are you telling me you want blood? Why do you think I can help you?
At this point, Irina has stepped outside and comes towards you. Miss Ayla, I do not mean to pry. You seem to be yelling. Did you find Nada?
Can I see her?
Yes.
Okay. No, I did not find the door, but some voice started calling my name. Started being very mysterious. Not helpful.
She immediately, her demeanor turns a lot more serious, and she puts her hand on the hilt of her blade and begins kind of scoping the area.
Is this? I'm gonna get. Is this a gate that I'm in front of?
Yes.
Is it like unlocked?
Nope. It is also taller than you are, being a dwarf.
Yes.
Aha.
How sturdy does this thing look?
It's not decrepit, but it's not a fortress of solitude.
Maybe a few good axe hits could take it down.
Probably.
We're gonna go with that way to get it down. 17 plus 5 is 22 to hit the fence. Or gate.
You go to lift it up and kind of do like a big swing, even like close your eyes and just really get into it and lay down, and it takes purchase, but it doesn't feel like offense at all. It just feels like what you're very familiar with of hitting an enemy of sorts. And you look up and your axe has literally gone into the chest of what is a Strahd, as it kind of like kneeling down, looking at you. And it has just gone into him. But he's making no face as if it has bothered him at all.
I am so sorry. Would you like me to take this thing out of you?
He just grabs it and
Gross, but I could have done that. Thank you.
and you see as he does that, like what was a hole, just kind of, you see like almost like stitching of little like red vines, just and it heals back up.
Hello.
You would break down the entrance to a sacred cemetery?
I didn't know it was sacred.
It's a cemetery.
I've done that to a lot more cemeteries than you'd think.
Rather unbecoming of a group like yours. Alone again, are we?
Yeah. Is there something wrong with that?
Seems intriguing.
Adar's gonna pull out the rock that Ismark gave him and he's gonna start chewing on it. And it's like, yeah. Need to get a drink somehow.
And he kind of is looking at you, trying to like take in some information, is almost like studying a little bit.
Nadar's not hiding anything, to my knowledge.
What is it you are seeking, Mr. Nadar? And I do not mean at the cemetery, but why are you here?
I was dragged along.
And if you were not a drug, where would you like to be?
I don't know. I don't know where I'd want to be if I wasn't the drunk. But beer's pretty good. Have you tried it? I'm pretty sure you'd like it.
No, my dear boy, I do not taste much of anything these days.
I'm sorry.
And what about your fear? I don't know if the rest of the group has caught on. You do not seem to be overly fond of dragons.
Why? Nope. Nuh-uh. As long as I'm not with a dragon, I'm perfectly fine wherever I am.
He just looks kind of squint faces as he's like taking in information and processing. So it is a crippling fear then.
What does crippling mean?
I'll show you. He reaches out and touches your shoulder with 2 fingers, and you are no longer at the church.
What?
And Ayla and Isalia, you hear nothing, you see nothing.
Neither do I.
Nope. And we'll go back to Ayla and Ayla and Irina. Excuse me, all these words. So, Irina having the hand on the hilt of her sword and looking very serious. Like, if you are hearing the voices, we need to get back inside. It's not safe out here.
I have not found the daughter yet.
Be that as it may, we need to be strength in numbers, not just 2 of us. If you're hearing things, I fear what might be near.
Fine. I've been calling him, he has not answered. He'll eventually come back for beer anyways.
So she's going to kind of just like usher the motion of you to go back inside, and she's covering the area, at least visually, as you both walk back into the door. And the rest of the
Have you all figured out what you want to do with the child now? And no, I did not find the daughter.
You didn't find that.
No, I did not.
I mean, we're all set to go. We just
You
have
know
to
he'll be back for the beer. Let's just... What is the plan?
Well, the plan was to have Nadar stand in front because he's an awful big target. But if he's not going to be here,
You'll do it. Good. Alright. What's the next part?
no, you're going to do it because you're our best fighter in melee besides Nadar.
Excuse me. I don't feel
In a bar fight, you are the best at fighting and punching besides
Why,
Nadar.
thank you. I appreciate that.
So if we're gonna have somebody stand in front of the door, it's gotta be either Nadar or you.
Buy me a pint later. Deal?
Fine. Yeah. Deal.
Alrighty then. Alright. I stand in front of the door. What is next part of plan?
Mark.
Mark. Mark is next part of plan? What does that mean?
Well, he's supposed to unlock the things with
Okay.
magic, so we don't have to
Okay.
stand next to the door.
Okay. And then what? We just wait for him to pop out?
Well, we're gonna slowly see what happens. Oh, come in, and we'll show you how it's all set up.
Okay. Just tell me what I'm supposed to do.
I'm out of magic. I can't unlock the door.
Your plan has already failed. Mark can't do it.
Fine. I'll unlock the door, but we should have everybody ready in here.
It's a tiny room. I don't think we all fit.
So as she enters, does she see that we've put like stakes and spikes around the entrance?
Yes.
I see Matt over there just planning how we're gonna die.
I
Yeah.
had to say a few things. Okay. So you've prepping the spikes to be around the entryway
They're
to
already prepped.
Okay.
I figured that we had enough time that they're already prepped.
Yeah.
But if you want it.
No.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that because their basic spikes was fine. So, who all of the group is willing to go to it other than just you two, or is it just you two? Or
Well, I was showing her the room.
Giles just silently walks right up to the door.
Okay.
To the latch.
Elbereth, Mark,
Yeah.
are you all ready to do this?
All this time and how, why, and where? We just have to get over there right away. And all this time, like all these years, or I don't even know how long it's been for them. If
Elbreth,
time-
are you okay? Why are you mumbling to yourself? Pay attention.
She's been babbling about her brother since Hugo's walked out.
Oh, right. The whole Isalia saying he is alive. Congratulations, your brother is not dead.
Or we're all dead.
Or we're all about to be dead.
No, like we're all dead.
Or that. Yes, maybe we are all dead. This Barovia thing just hell.
we did
I'm just-
consider that, Millard and I, we were talking about it. Did consider
just-
that option.
I mean, like, they thought she was dead, and we thought he was dead, so maybe we're all dead.
What? No.
Point.
No, I don't think so.
Can you prove it?
This does not seem like an afterlife to me.
Wait, how could more people die after we're all dead? Once you're dead, that's it, right? Like, even
Many
if there is
people die
afterlife, you
after
don't
other
die
people-
again.
Many people die after people are dead.
No, I mean, like, if we're all dead, and we are where dead people go, you can't die again.
Maybe they went to the next.
There's another level after death?
Yeah, it's called torture.
why did she get
And
southern
it's
on the
the
word
word.
death?
It sounded like Bart
kinda-
talked to me when I said it, so...
Death. Death?
Oh no,
Half
we've talked.
death?
There's. I haven't heard of this place. You know, we know about the other layers, but you know, we've heard of Avernus and other layers, but I haven't heard of Barovia.
Maybe
Could
it's
this
in
be
between.
endless
So
Oh.
you're saying Barovia is first part of death?
Hey, look, we've all done stuff we're not proud of. Maybe we deserve to be here. In whatever layer of death this is.
I'm
But
pretty
right now-
sure I
Considered
would
whether
not
it's a
deserve
possibility.
same layer
I
as
really
you.
don't think this is death.
You're right. I deserve a much better layer than you.
I do not think so.
Whatever.
Just because I'm royal does not mean I am
dead.
the worst person in the world.
No, you're just worse than me.
This
But-
is not death.
If this is the way we are planning to kill the sun, it is going to be a very slow one. I don't think you can
Agree.
kill him with bickering.
Are you sure? I've seen it be done before.
Right, I have seen it done also, but it's normally by bards, and she ain't no bard, I can tell you that.
Well, to
Have you heard her jokes? They're the worst.
Not
I,
every bard does jokes.
Right,
Have-
but every good one does.
have you heard my jokes? They're not. I'm not really one to
Are
talk.
you claiming to be a bard now too?
No. I do not stoop so low. But
Zyle's gonna, in the midst of all
He's in
this,
the other room, my
slam the butt of
friend.
his-
Sal's gonna what?
Isn't Isalia a bard?
Yes.
You call her friend.
Yes, I've said same thing to her face. Like I'm very transparent. I don't talk ill behind someone's back.
He talks right in front of their faces, just like you.
Anyways,
Anyway.
can we get this done?
Right, we got a
need to
task
make
in
sure
front
we
of
find
us.
Nadar.
Weapons drawn, everybody.
Zyle slams the butt of his spear down where it makes a really loud clatter. And he's
Return.
just looking
Yeah.
at the door.
We all give him attention.
I pick up a longer spike in place
This
of
lad,
my staff.
presumably no choice of his own, has suffered a fate far worse than death. Undeath is the breaking of the natural cycle. It creates abominations like Strahd, so if we could just go ahead and put him out of his misery.
Alright.
Agreed.
Oi, oi, Captain. I say with respect. It's not like sarcasm. And then I step down to unlock the door. Start going chain by chain. Right, because you said there were two things. Two chains. Okay. First one, click.
First one's off.
Second one, start reaching for it.
And as you already being the class type that you are, and being very perceptive in your stealth endeavors, can hear the rustling beneath as if he is repositioning.
You ready for this?
Do 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 do. I'm sorry.
Zyle just turns and nods at you.
Click. Throw back the chains. Step back.
Okay. Nothing happens.
That's a good sign.
And what is
Hello.
more concerning, maybe, is like it's silence.
Mark, you might want to get behind me. Saying, with your injuries and all.
Alright.
But be prepared to shut that door real quick after we all jump out of the room. If he gets
The
past
door-
all this.
Isn't
Oh,
that...
right. I looked at the door. Right, never mind. Be prepared to do something.
So I had switched my staff with one of the longer spikes I picked up. So I hold it out.
Okay, so
This guy's in the way.
slowly lift the latch.
Zyle's gonna use the head of his spear to flip the lid open.
That's Ismark, I guess, right?
Yes, that's his mark.
Yep.
Okay.
It's open.
So is it just a drop, or is there a stairway, or
It's a stairwell.
Also, you put Isalia in the wrong room.
That's the only room left with a door.
No, the one that's right across from it doesn't have the door.
Yeah, that's the one without the door.
I thought he broke down this door right here.
No.
Yep. I'll
Because
put him-
I asked him to break down the one we're in, and he turned opposite around and went straight into the other.
Yep. Fixed. Fixed.
Alright, Elbereth. We could use some light.
Because it is very
Right.
dark.
Okay. And then just cast light. Um,
Let me get characters over here real quick.
So did you say Elbereth did put light on something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just holding out like her own mace, unless there was something. Actually, who is in front again? Is it Zyle?
So give me the order. So we got Zyle.
Actually, I'll go forward and touch Zyle's sword, like Zyle's sword light up.
Okay.
What is
Who's
the
going?
sword? What
Who's
do you-
going right after Zyle?
I will.
Ayla?
Okay. Okay. Who's going right
And
after
then-
Ayla?
Me. Millard.
Okay.
Ladies first.
I'm gonna give you a guidance too before we go down Ayla. Which, if you roll an ability check, you can add a D4 to it.
Okay.
Give guidance to Mark.
There's only so many slots, so don't move for now. But just imagine you're behind her on the stairwell,
Okay.
and we'll do the same for these two. All right. Move up here. Let's go back and get the map back on. All right. So you guys get down to what is you could tell used to be some form of storage that they would take, but it's just been cleaned out so that nothing can be destroyed or messed up any further than what has already been done to the upper levels. So it's just an empty slab of kind of dirt's not the what? What do you say, Mark?
Pillars.
A few pillars throughout that are the support beams for the actual building. And
Elbereth,
Yes.
have you ever dealt with demons before?
I don't know. Have I?
roll a history check.
Oh, I was supposed to get real die. I'll have to get that in a sec. Oh gosh. I'm gonna go get my die, but that's a 2.
She never learns.
Real dice, please.
Look, I was focusing on eating egos, so I forgot
That's
to get my
fair.
dice.
Totally fair.
We're not gonna
Dice-
count that one because it
Dice-
wasn't real die.
Dice
Fair.
or egos? Not
It's
even
okay.
a choice.
It's not combat, so
True. It's not combat.
It's more just like backstory.
Mm-hmm. All right. What's the dice?
Oh no, so you say you do want a reroll?
Yes.
I'll
Okay.
let you.
Let's see.
Are you saying you'll allow it?
9.
It's so better.
It's a lot better than 2.
Agreed.
I almost factor 5.
So you don't have any distinct memories of vampires, although you've met plenty of creatures that were twisted and tormented and had no problems with eating flesh or drinking things that would be similar, that could easily be spun into tales of some form of similar notion, but not vampire specific.
The reason I ask is because, I've only ever heard stories of these things. And what do you think we could use to bait it out?
It said it was hungry, right?
Well, it's a vampire.
When Millard asks that, Zyle will just kind of step forward. Oh, that's cool. The shadows of the pillars move.
Uh-huh. Yep. So you're far enough in, although it's not crazy well lit because the only light is the ones that you brought in yourselves. But well enough that you can see there in the far left corner is kind of like crumpled down and guarding itself in fear, but like staring you down with just a blank stare is some form of young adult male. Looks human for all intents and purposes. Very gangly, as if one had been like malnourished or something, but doesn't appear to look creature-esque.
It's in the far corner, right?
Far top left, right there.
Okay, cool.
Do you see anything?
Yeah, we see a
Yes.
creature.
A creature. Can you describe it? Or
Looks
Is it
like
only
a
that big?
malnourished person, really.
just a person?
I believe that must be him. Unless the father is keeping other prisoners down here.
Are we? I feel like we need to confirm this ourselves. I'm done with taking orders on who to kill. We need to confirm it ourselves.
It's a
I'll use
vampire.
Eyes of the Grave again. Tells me the location of any undead within 60 feet that isn't behind total cover or protected by divination magic.
We definitely can see this time.
Mm-hmm. And you can see the token, right? At the top
Mhm.
left?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I can't because I'm hiding behind a pillar.
He's
Sure,
doing
sure.
this.
Yeah, I was making sure the players could actually see it.
Yeah, that's what my character's doing.
Yeah, I
Yep.
see it right there.
So now, not being hindered by any sort of object or anything, you do detect undead coming right from where he is.
What corner Reedy getting on it?
He is definitely undead.
I put away the stake and I draw my bow instead. I just have it drawn and at the ready.
Zal will move up a little more just to see if he responds at all.
It's
I'd
just
stay
kind of
with Zyle.
retreating into the corner. It's being very defensive.
Are you gonna do it or should I?
I'd rather not do it. So go ahead.
Talking to Zyle, he's the one stepping up close to do it.
I think he's just trying to figure it out. But
He
the
said it's undead.
I'm gonna
yes,
ready a celestial blaster if it attacks Sile.
Already a firebolt.
Zyle and I have talked about this a bunch. If it's undead,
I thought you said fireball for a second. It's like, all right.
fireball.
7-game
Fireball.
fireball solves all your problems.
I'll move up to be directly in line with him there.
You're making it difficult to keep a line of sight on him.
It's just doing the same things, but it's got a bead on Zyle now. It is staring him down, just kind of covering itself.
Is he? I'll get a little right there, about 10 feet away.
Yeah.
What's your name, lad?
Like no response. It's just kind of like staring at you. Before like, finally you're close enough now that you can see its teeth and does have like two long fangs that are covering over the lower lip.
Why are you trying to ask it questions? You already know he's undead.
I made this decision upstairs. We said we were gonna take him out.
Yes, why are we trying to talk to him?
He's not attacking us yet.
I know
No.
you didn't,
It's
I'd
gonna
look
be
at it.
yells at you. No. You cannot do this yet. No, I have a mission. I have something I am supposed to do.
What are you supposed to do?
Torture.
Talking to the demon.
Torture.
Don't encourage it.
Shh. Well, maybe if we figured out why Strahd sent him back.
Are you food?
No, not food.
You smell like food.
I might have food in my pocket, but I am not food myself. No. Try again. Anyway, what? Who are you trying to torture?
The father.
The priest upstairs, father? Yes.
Yes.
Have you not tortured them enough by just existing?
No.
What else were you supposed to do?
Torture him until he dies.
How were you supposed to torture him?
By existing.
Yeah, see, we have already accomplished. You have already accomplished your task. of
Perhaps.
torturing man by existing.
Perhaps you are a creature who does not hear well, for he is still alive. My mission is not complete.
Are you
You-
sure?
You can't.
He's not
torture
alive
him, he's
anymore. We
dead.
just bury him.
Do you take me for a fool? Or
No,
are
I
you
don't.
yourself
I'll-
one?
Zyle, he needs to die.
lad.
This is getting out of
I know
hand.
you didn't ask for this existence, but my plan is to release you from this pain and send you to a proper death.
No.
And I'm
No.
gonna drop a sacred flame on
Bury
him.
my beard.
Okay.
Can I cast firebolt?
Let's do one at a time. Okay. Let me make sure I do this properly. It's just going to be very interesting. Sacred flame. Do you have it pulled up so you can see exactly what we're dealing with here? So, personal creature and see within range. Target students. What's the dex? What's the save of it?
It's a deck save at 13.
Demons are pretty quick.
It fails with, just vigorously fails with a natural 1.
Oh, oh no. Oh, really? Well, it is 1 radiant damage. 1.
Well, all the same, it really just begins to recoil in pain.
Is it weak to radiant damage? Or
Uh,
is it just neutral to weak radiant damage?
it's going to be neutral.
Okay. Could have been 2.
Could have been 2.
I think Liam's cast is next.
Okay. What are you casting? Fireball?
Firebolt.
Firebolt.
Yeah, he's not that powerful yet.
I was like, why do you already have this?
Okay. 7. 7 plus 6.
Make sure I read this one properly. Firebolt, invocation, catch it. Okay.
Does a 13 hit?
It does.
Okay. Alright. 1d8.
And Zal, it's worth mentioning, you can notice after your first hit that it did kind of radiate some light as well. You can tell that it seems weak. likely due to not feeding for a prolonged period of time.
Okay, I rolled a 5. I thought it's a 1d10.
Okay. And that's just pure fire. So it's going to hit it, and it actually catches the creature's clothing on fire, so it is burning at the moment. And just no. But it is not doing anything to any of you yet.
Besides smelling
Second
really
mine.
bad.
For mine, would be a 20.
To hit?
Yeah.
Nice.
Definitely hits.
And let's see, which one is the D10? It's this one, I think.
Like Miller's just waiting with a stake.
Oh, I
Oh.
rolled one as well, but
Oh
plus
my.
3, so 4 force.
Alright.
She's gonna
Okay.
splat him on the wall.
Yeah, he's still on fire, and it kind of like gets thrown against the wall, and actually like falls to its knees and is trying to regain itself, but is struggling mightily to even stand up.
Is there no opening to like his chest area to actually like hit him?
He seems to be covering that with his hands.
Yeah.
I will shoot him.
That's a fair assessment you can think of now, like as most people would kind of like cover their face, he's covering right here
Yeah.
While he's on fire.
while on fire.
Yeah, I'm gonna release my bow shot.
Overhit.
Let's
Where
do
are you
this thing.
where are you aiming?
Always for the head.
Okay.
I mean, I don't normally do that, but in this case, it'd be for the head.
'Kay.
Not always.
Even the trees aren't safe.
Where's my attacks? There we are. Wait a minute. Sorry, something's going on. D&D Beyond doesn't like me today.
Oh no.
Huzzah!
Charlie.
It's 13.
To hit?
Yeah,
That hits.
8.
Okay. And for the head?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. You guys see an arrow come from where Miller's standing, just straight into its temple, and the creature slams against the wall and slides down and is now just staring with a blank expression while still on fire and not moving.
I run up and stab him. In the heart.
With
The long stake I have.
No, that's a piece of meat.
Okay.
No.
In the other hand. She has the stake in one hand and stake in the
Not
other
the-
hand.
That's the whole
You're
thing.
using a ribeye. We meant the rod.
No, she took the long one, so it's a New York strip.
Dang it. Immediately gives the
I said
vampire
we were preparing steaks.
gives the vampire
It's
2
still a
health
steak. It'll
because
still work. I've seen that before though in a movie where someone took a steak. And
Yeah.
put it on the- They're like, it's still gonna work, and it did. Anyway.
gives the vampire 2 more health because it was rare. Okay. So you don't have to roll anything because it is currently incapacitated, and you dip it in straight to its heart, and you see a visceral twitch. So to give indication that it was not dead, even though it had kind of fallen unconscious. And now you see its eyes, which were like incredibly small pupils, kind of return to a normal size.
Mhm.
And for a very brief moment, it kind of just like looks at you with as much of a human face as it can, and just says, "Thank you." And then you see the eyes get really wide. and dilate.
Well, job's done.
And you can see there's no more breathing, and it feels like he is still on fire. Worth noting.
So I
It's
will
done.
pat that out.
No pleasure in it.
Yeah.
Let's go tell his father.
What did he say?
Wait, could they hear him?
It was hard to even say, so like, it was like barely like a throat whisper. So I'd say
Okay.
you and Zyle at most would hear it.
Okay. Did we hear something or did we hear nothing?
Nothing. The rest of you definitely heard nothing.
All right.
We also best get digging. Prepare a space for his body.
If you can dig, I'll prep him for burial.
Sounds
You
good.
might want to put out the fire on him first, or he'll just be cremated at this point.
Mark,
Uh,
put out the fire.
You've got the stakes. He's on fire. I'll just throw him on a pyre real quick.
So Ismark and Irina will come approach now. They were kind of just stepping back and letting you handle it. And it's like,
At this point, I walk away.
we will gladly help you take the body to the father so that we can give it the proper burial.
So I walk past them.
So everybody's taking the body back, going back upstairs, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already upstairs.
Me too.
Me too.
You can put yourselves in whatever order you want to be once I get you over there.
I'm gonna knock on the father's door.
Let him
I
sleep.
sit down.
I think he wants to sleep.
No, he said he was just in a
He
study
was
room.
just waiting. Yeah.
Oh,
He should be there for his own son's funeral.
yeah.
Is it done?
Yes. Is there a shovel I can borrow to prepare for the
As soon
burial?
as the father comes out, I get up and walk over to him, and I tell him, with 100% assurance, I tell you, he was glad to be out of that suffering. It was a right choice, even though it was hard one, Father.
He just kind of looks down, and you can tell he's trying to like fight back tears because that was still his boy he just lost. Think, all of you. I know that was not a easy or right thing to ask of all of you. You have my deepest gratitude, and I give you my word, as long as I am still alive, you may find refuge here. Yeah, I know it's not much, but you're more than welcome, and anything I may help with, I will gladly assist in any way I can. Mr. Millard, I remember now. There are several shovels on the backside of the church against the wall.
Thanks. I'll grab one. Zyle can help you. He knows how to prepare the body. Just so you know. And then I walk out.
I'll be glad to.
Zion, do you want help?
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay.
Help in what way? I can use telekinetic shove to help.
No, we're gonna prepare the body for burial.
Oh.
Shove the body.
No, we're gonna do this respectfully.
You see the body comes and then breaks the third door. Just my door.
Our table, it's broken.
Okay. And
We're gonna need to end here soon.
we've already done one funeral, so we don't have to go through the process of the other one. But you guys very respectfully do the entire process. You dig a grave, you prepare the body in best way that you can, and have the ceremony and dig it. Does anybody have anything that they wanted to do before he moved past the point of the funeral?
Is what's her name?
Isalia?
Isalia resting?
Yeah,
Yes.
she's asleep. I figured we'd wake her up after the funeral.
I want to sneak inside and go through her things. If I can. Like, not all of that at the same time.
We all stop him. What things? She has an instrument to her name at this point.
Okay, so for one, you would need to roll a stealth check to see if you can get away from the group without noticing.
Okay.
Sweet. Let's do this thing.
I have her stuff pulled up.
Where are we at this point in time when Millard's trying to sneak?
So this is during
during
the burial. I finished putting the dirt on, and I'm gonna try to walk back inside inconspicuously.
Okay.
Just being like, hey, I'm gonna put the shovel away.
Dude, but would Isalia still technically be a level 5, or would she be higher at this point?
I'll send it in Discord.
Okay.
16.
42.
Oh man, that's a lot of perception.
No, I'll say.
Would she be that
Isalia's
level in
40.
Barovia, though?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a second.
So you with that stealth check, no one seems to pay you any mind as you walk out of the area. So you've successfully gotten back into the church without them really thinking anything of it.
Sweet. I'm gonna try to open the door stealth.
Another stealth check.
13.
Okay.
Is the door locked?
The door was not
Am I
locked.
gonna roll a perception check or anything?
No, you're going to roll a Let's see what it is. I think it's going to be Constitution, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just regular Constitution.
Yep.
How is that still just a +1?
You assigned your rolls. I don't know.
20.
So you can do what you might, but Isalia definitely knows that the door is being opened.
Right.
I just lay there.
Oh yeah, it's Constitution because you're trying to stay asleep. Well,
Mhm.
not trying to stay asleep, but
Right.
it's what would wake you up.
I pay attention to what's happening since I hear the door open, but I keep my eyes closed.
I'm just taking a peek inside.
Yep.
So I'm not entering the room. Is anything like, what do I see in terms of like, did she put stuff somewhere?
It's a very barren room, so it's nothing on the walls, just a bed that Azaria's laying in and a little nightside table. Would have Isalia, do you feel like she would have had anything that she would have taken out and put on the nightstand?
She would have had a small satchel that she would have put on the nightstand, and then her broken instrument would be on the floor next to it.
I'm gonna walk back out. So I'm not gonna investigate into the room.
So Azalea, you hear the door. I'm assuming you close the door back.
Yeah.
Okay. Just
So you hear it click back into place, I would guess.
Okay.
And from my perspective, I think I was unnoticed.
right.
So, you know. But it's just like, I didn't see that much, so I'm like, there's not much to investigate.
And in fairness, from Isalia's perspective, there's no reason to think anything of it other than that maybe someone was checking on you, just opening the door to look.
No.
I
I'm just
opened my eyes just to see like if someone actually came in, but then I realized no one's there, so close my eyes and go back to sleep.
Okay, and so now everybody, we're going to go to like the post funeral, so everybody's made their way back inside the church at this point. And Ismark is like, okay, we should probably try to find your dwarf friend. Yes, it has been a minute since he's been outside. Probably not the greatest of things to be in Barovia alone.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, you're right. I figured he would have shown up at the funeral, you know?
Wait, when did he go? I didn't notice he was gone.
Well, you were babbling on about your brother, and Ayla went to look for him, and she came back and he wasn't without him.
That's not
And we-
good.
Where was the... Well, you went out that door, right? And you didn't see anything? No trail, nothing, Ayla?
No, I walked around side the building and
Well, let's
could not
talk
find
about
him, but then I did
Let's
hear a
go
voice
and
call my
talk.
name, and that kind of took my attention at that point. And then
Let's-
Arena came out and told her about voice, and she said we had to come back inside. But yeah, no, we did not find Nadara anywhere. I didn't even find clue, like no footprints or
Let's
bits in
talk
rocks or
about-
anything.
Mark's
So-
right, let's talk we walk. So we
Before-
all start...
Before any of you move, you feel the ground and everything around you begin to shake as a thunderous roar overtakes the area as if something massive is occurring. And it's just shaking and shaking, and just loudness is overtaking, and like the little rocks that are kind of like bedded in the wall are beginning to fall out, and boards are cracking a little
Can
bit.
I roll a nature check?
Is it
Sure.
same to what we heard? Like the same kind of thing as earlier, or when we first got here?
Not yet.
You think that's that owl thing again?
Can I roll a nature check?
Oh,
Killed that owl thing.
Yes, you can roll a nature check.
What are you trying to figure out, Mark?
I rolled a total of 12 to, I think, about earthquakes.
Oh.
With a 12, this does not feel like an earthquake.
Okay.
It feels like the earth is quaking, but it is not. It's different.
We should probably
Um,
get outside right now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'll
Bring
get
out the door.
Isalia.
Okay, so let me
Do I see Nadar?
position this stuff.
We don't
properly.
know where he is.
Well,
So you position outside the door. If everybody wants to come outside,
I go
me.
and grab Azalea
Mario.
out of the room.
I'll grab Ismark and there, and Azalea, and then Bex can move there. So you now see a Nadar that is on his knees, just kind of shaking and looks just beyond petrified. And there is this new character that is standing at roughly maybe 6'2" or so, has a pale, deep blue skin with kind of dreaded hair and blue horns that go back. Around her horns is a wreath of colorful flowers and little spreckled red dots on her face as if some form of tribal or something related, and some thick dragon armor that she has on her body.
Who are you?
She just
My
kind
daughter,
of,
you made a friend.
she's going to tilt her head this way, so her hair is covering her left eye, and you can see her right eye is a very vivid blue color. I am here for the little one. And she points at Isalia.
And she does that. I step in front of Isalia.
Who
I,
are
as an
you?
Ayla, step in front of Isalia.
Who are you?
I am Omen.
Omen.
I do
Why
not
do you...
wish to bring harm to any of you,
Okay.
but that one, there is blood that must be paid.
And why is that? More importantly, what have you done with our friend?
I have done nothing. I am bringing him back to you.
Nadar, is that true?
So Nadar is going to be in such a petrified state that you may choose what you do, Lava, but you are in crippling fear. So answer how you might.
So instead of responding, I'm just going to. What was it? Upon hearing that they want the. Was I aware enough that they want the gnome?
Were you
Yes.
aware to hear that?
Upon
Yep.
hearing that, I somewhat snap out of the funk. Not fully. Like I'm still like, nah. But I'm just gonna try and just tackle. Other than like the intent, like no intent to harm, just get them on the ground.
Who?
The gnome?
No, the person beside me,
Omen.
Omen.
Omen. He's trying to tackle Omen.
Yes, because I'm right beside them.
Okay. Make a strength check with disadvantage.
So as he lunges, I'm gonna draw my sword. At seeing him lunge towards him.
9, so I'm 9 was with disadvantage.
You go to lunge, and you are a dwarf on your knees, and she is 6'2", so you don't exactly do what you wanted to do. So you kind of just like wrap her up, but she's almost like a tree, doesn't even seem to move or phase at all. And she just kind of looks down at you. Now, go back with your group.
Can I try and pick him up from like stand up while still holding them, and then pick him up?
It's a female, by the way.
Yes.
You make another strength check with disadvantage. She's wearing dragon armor.
Nadar, we'd all appreciate an explanation. here.
Oh, why? No, I don't like this. Not disadvantage.
Yep. What'd you get?
5 total. I'm upset because the first dice I rolled gave me a nat 20.
Yeah.
Yep.
I figured.
Yeah. So you try to do, and you realize, oh, that dragon armor's heavy, and nothing. Doesn't even budge. To which at this point, she's just gonna look at you and reaches down her hand, and grabs like the back and you all see her effortlessly lift Nadar up
I'm gonna grab her arm.
and then tosses you.
Or attempt, I guess.
Yep. I would say make a strength check with disadvantage again, but it's very unlikely that you.
Well, no, I would say that's an acrobatics check then, because she's throwing me.
Sleight
It's
of hand, maybe?
No, it's the strength to hold on.
That's fair. Do you want me to do that, or just gonna say I was thrown?
I'm gonna say because what I rolled against it, I'm gonna say you're thrown.
Fair.
There's no chance. So, you Nadar, and she doesn't throw you hard, mind you, but she just throws you enough to get you over here to the group. So Nadar just kind of tumbles and lands in front of you.
I put my sword back and then run up. I mean, not run, but like rush to Nadar because he's right in front of me.
Okay.
She's not going with you unless she wants to. Where's the other people that she was with?
That is not important. I have
Kind of is.
other things to attend to.
Nadar will proceed to make his way into the church, into the room that he broke. The first door down of, and just curl up in the corner.
It's important to us.
You are not important to me.
I'm walking with Nadar. I'm pulling out a flask and trying to comfort him.
Okay.
So what's this blood that must be paid?
Looks towards Isalia. Did she not inform you? She killed her, and her party killed several of our own. That is not tolerable.
So
It's
you're
not-
one
So
of the
you're
seven.
one of them.
Indeed.
Oh, more like the 4 now, from what I hear.
Oh, my dear child. If you would but step out of the way, I will simply take our little friend and leave.
That's not gonna happen.
You heard the man.
Ayla's in more of a defense position now, ready
And-
to protect from anything.
And it's worth noting, sorry to put two characters on you, Isalia knows who this is.
Right.
So she knows who it is and what they're capable of. So do whatever her character would do in this situation. And let me...
Is this one of the stronger one of the 7?
I'll send you a message.
Thank you. You're like, Isalia knows a whole bunch. And I'm like, no, Isalia does not.
Well, she does. She does once I give you the information.
Yeah, that's helpful. So helpful.
Wow.
So then it sounds like this is important.
Okay. I'm not sure how strong your party is, but this is one of the stronger ones of the 7. My party is gone. I don't know where they are, and I do not wish the same fate of yours.
What are you saying? You're not thinking about going with her.
I do not wish to see the same fate come to you as what had come to my party. I will sacrifice one life for yours. And I try to walk past everybody.
I'm gonna try to stop her.
Are you sure? I do not think that this is going to be pleasant for you. If I don't go, it won't be pleasant for any of you.
What do you guys do?
We don't. We only decided just a few days ago we don't trade lives like this.
Yeah.
And a little selfishly, I need you because we don't know for sure that your party is dead.
Wait. It is 7 of us against one of them. I think I like those odds enough.
Mm-hmm.
And then I use Thunderclap.
Ooh.
Okay. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for her.
Here comes the boom.
When you s-
Isalia's using Thunderclap?
Who's using Thunderclap?
Ayla.
Yeah. Boom. Here comes the boom.
Got a
Bringing back his
9.
boys from the south.
That's it's a Constitution save of
Oh,
what?
that's. Oh, it's 10. That's right. It's just a spell. I don't need to roll.
She passes that.
Dang it. Try again.
No, so let's see. So since she passed, she takes no damage, if I'm understanding it correctly.
Yeah.
I thought it was half damage.
No.
No.
I think it's all or nothing, just based on looking at
If
it.
it's a cantrip, those are usually all or nothing.
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
60, a Constitution saving throw.
Or take.
Okay. Or take 1d6. Yeah, okay.
Yep. Okay, so, but she sees you attempt. You do it. It just takes
Right.
no effect on her,
Yes.
and she just kind of stretches her neck, and now leaning this way, her hair tilts over, and what you saw is a neon blue eye on one is now a piercingly red eye on the other side. And now with the red eye looking at you. Very well, then. Picks a flower from her head. Just kind of like playing with it. We promised we would not lay a hand directly on any of you. But I gave no promises of what my pets might do to you. And at that moment, you hear a deep, guttural howl in the distance. That sounds like a wolf, but bigger and deeper. Goodbye now. And she kind of literally turns into mist and turns away. And you
Can
see...
I do an Arcana check?
Not right now. Before anything happens, as she mists away, you see 2 feet, 4 feet, a very large, black, wreathed in flame hellhound in front of you, gnarling its teeth with several wolves and dire wolves right next to it that are now staring all of you down. And that is where we'll end tonight's episode.
Okay, that's pretty metal.
Good job, everybody.
Yeah.
You survived. No one died.
What do you mean no one died?
Someone died.
We killed somebody.
No,
Straight
no
up
players.
died.
Man.
No players
Here.
died.
Yeah, but someone died. We
Hashtag protect the NPCs.
Okay, so thank you guys so
NPC
much
lives matter.
for watching up to this point. If you are still watching on YouTube, this is the point where we switch over and talk to chat. So we will try to make it clear and concise what we're talking about there. That way, if you choose to stick around, you'll know what the heck we're talking about. If you're in Twitch and you're chatting away, this is the part where we actually engage with you guys and get to talk to you. We have 2 of our players that will have to dip out first, so we'll direct everything to them first. So if you have any questions for Millard or Nadar, go straight to them first. I know we don't have a whole lot of time, so we'll do the thing that we'd like to typically do is favorite moment of the night. So I'll roll. That's going to be Lava. So Lava, do you have a favorite moment of the night particularly?
Yes and no. I do. I can't remember what it is because I spent at least half the session just like
Yeah.
either broken brain or freaking out. So I don't remember.
Yep. I mean, bold strategy, continuing to go out into Barovia by yourself.
Look, Nadar's an outlander. He's used to working in the land. It's 2 cramped in buildings.
Nice. And then, SJ, while I'm thinking about it, do you want to have AJ's thing ready for popping in? You can disconnect it from the video.ninja if you need to now.
Whoop, whoop.
So, Mr. J, what about you? Did you have a particular moment from the night, a highlight of the night?
I would say I always enjoy those like little banter moments between Ayla and Millard. I think they add a lot of just flavor. So I thought it was funny that
Lots of
everyone
practice.
not really. We don't argue that much in real life.
No, we don't.
It's just funny when you get these like little offhanded insults.
Oh,
But
yeah.
they also like demonstrate a level of like, oh yeah, this person is actually good at this.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they make fun of each other for it.
Oh, yeah. It's very entertaining to listen to.
I also like the suspense of going down into, like, we did a good job of pacing it, especially you as the DM, of like pacing the interaction with the vampire spawn.
Mm-hmm.
I've been like, you step closer, okay, like
Yep, nothing.
what's
Nothing.
what's happening here is something gonna happen. Is he gonna suddenly spring and attack
Right.
somebody?
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
Right.
Mhm.
This H.P. Lovecraft thing, the fear of the unknown is the greater fear than having all the detail in the world.
Well,
Yeah.
just that he's like sitting there and being like,
Mhm.
it's just like a spring trap ready to go.
Very much so. And
And also, I feel like it was kind of neat to be like, we all had to take a shot at him, and just kind of like emotionally being like, because we
Yeah.
had the discussion before. We get down there and we're like, we see what's going on, and we're like, do we still do it?
Right.
And then Zyle goes, and so it's like, boom, okay, he's not dead. Boom, okay, he's not dead. So each player having to make a decision to do something to be like,
mhm.
yes, I'm going to take personal responsibility and do this. And then finally, Ayla ended up being like,
Right.
boom,
Good
it's
feeling.
done, guys. We all did it. We all took part.
Mhm.
And boy, howdy, it was like, it's very interesting that like you guys did so well, because there's so many ways that could have gone horribly wrong and not have gone the way it did, including you not being able to kill him. But pretty much everything went in your favor, more or less. I mean, I know like
Yeah.
not each person successfully killed him, but like the steps that went was about as smooth as you could ask for. It's like you guys did a really good
with
job.
the stakes.
Yeah, Millard with them New York
Oh.
strips.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. So
I mean, if I were to change anything, I would have taken out that humorous moment. I think it's fun for us. But
Right.
if you want it to be like dramatic, it's just be like, yep.
Right.
Ayla comes in, boom. It's like, okay, we all. It's interesting because we all had to take responsibility for it.
Except
None of us-
Nadar, because Nadar had gone
And
missing.
Nadar
Right.
was not there.
But none of the rest of us who made the decision to do it can say like, "Oh, well, I didn't do it. It was Miller going off half-cocked, or it was Mark just flicking some magic." It was like, no, every one of us said, "This is something we don't want to do, but we have to do it," and we did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So hopefully, we'll see how that kind of plays out. How that decision affects the rest of us after this next conflict.
Right. Well, I know it's 10 o'clock, so Mr. J, thank you for sticking around as long as you did. Thank you for tonight. You did an awesome job. You'll mind, as always, leaving your camera on and throwing it on. We'll see you next 2 weeks from now.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
And then
See
any
ya.
last words, Mr. Lava, before you end up DCing?
But if you can't tell, my brain is still broken.
My
So to say,
brain.
and I'll try and give you
broken.
I'll try and give you a little more details after the session, so you have something to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything that happened to Nadar not being known to anyone, basically,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
all spreading from one question of what does crippling mean?
Yep. Like, well, let me show you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was good. So I know it's 10:02. Do you want to stick into your freeze, or do you want to leave on your own
Yeah.
terms?
If I don't have a good night, have a great night.
All right. You too, Lava.
And Frey.
All right. So I'll pull him in. There we go. Thank you. So now we're prepped and ready. So great job for the rest of you. It's a good night, all things considered. I mean, I know there's some like sadness involved, but good role play, good strategy for how to handle the vampire. Everything went really well. So chat reminder, if you have any questions, this is the time to ask them. We'll answer anything that you have. We're going to go through and do the favorite moments for everybody else for the night. Before we do, we'll do a brief recap of any sort of announcements. So SJ, if you want to go through all that again, and then we'll get back to favorite moments of the night. So go ahead.
All right. Reminder: we will not have session next week because it's Thanksgiving week. So many of us will either be traveling or hosting. So we're all just gonna take a break. So we will see you in 2 weeks. Don't forget about a podcast, which you can find on Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcast. We have our Patreon now, so if you would like to support us that way, we have 6 tiers on there, and I think they're all worth it. We try to make it super worth it for you guys, more worth it for you, honestly, than it would be for us, because we love you guys, and we just want to thank you for the support that you all give. There is some other special announcements coming up, so you have to make sure you come back to hear those special announcements. We're all super excited about it, especially 2-Bit and myself. I mean, we're usually the ones who are most excited about it, about the things. And then also, last but not least, we have a one-shot coming up that you can have an opportunity of playing in. Just go over to our Discord. Yeah, go to the Discord. And under the channel of one-shots, there is an event there. Just click on the interested, and you will be entered in for a chance to be able to play in this special one-shot. Are we giving details about the one-shot?
We certainly can. Ms. Bex, would you like to give any details about it?
It will be on the December 8th or 10th or 13th, and it will be Christmas at Strahd's. You're in an adventuring party in Barovia, and Strahd invited you over for, a Christmas party. Just can't fight all the time.
Yep.
Nice. We're excited about
It'll
it.
be fun.
All right. Any other announcements, or did we cover everything?
That's it.
Okay. Thank you, Miss SJ. So back to you guys. I don't see any questions in chat, so we'll go straight to the players. So let's start with Liam. Why don't we start with Liam? So Liam, you have a favorite moment or highlight of the night?
I do have a favorite moment, but I don't want to say exactly what it is, but I'm just trying to think of a second favorite moment.
Why wouldn't you want to share your first favorite moment?
Because it sort of involves meta knowledge.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that we decided to defend Isalia.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like that's where he was kind of pushing us to, so.
No, you certainly could have offered her up.
We could have
and
just murked her, I guess.
She would. So I'll tell you, I'll give you, like, if you would have chosen to done that, she would have taken you. She would have taken Isalia, she would have left, and nothing would have happened to you. But you did not. You chose the heroic route, and as such,
Yes.
something might happen to you. So,
Because we
Yes.
just went over this a couple days ago, right? With the whole Ayla's brother. So
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to let's do SJ. So SJ, for you, had to roleplay 2 characters.
I got to roleplay. I enjoyed being able to play Isalia again, though she wasn't her like normal perky self. For those of you who hadn't watched season 1, Isalia was much more like bubbly type personality. Talked a whole lot, but because of the trauma she had been through, I thought best that she could, obviously be more in a trauma state. But it was nice to be able to play her again. And then just the one part when I said something and it was still a Russian accent, but it took more of a Bartok accent, like from Anastasia the Little Bat. I like Bartok, and so as soon as I said it, I was like, I sounded just like Bartok right there, and that is completely acceptable to me.
When you went a little southern on us.
I give her a ha and a haya, and then I kick her, sir.
Gosh, I haven't seen that in a long time.
Did you know he had his own movie? There's a Bartok the Magnificent.
Yep.
Yeah, it's great. Now the song's in my head. Anyways, yeah. Those were my favorite parts. Just being able to do Isalia again, and probably get to do her a little bit more. And then, just whatever that line was.
For
Gonna
sure.
go back find it.
Okay. Let's go Bex. So, Miss Becky, what was your highlight or favorite moment of the night?
that I don't have to sit on that anymore.
How long did you know?
Character creation
Okay.
Oh,
So a while.
before campaign 1 ended. Okay, like it's been a long time.
Yep.
Because
This
he was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna add this in the epilogue that he goes to her grave."
Yep.
So that
And we
way
did.
you connect. And I'm just like, yeah.
We gotta
Oh.
see if we can find those missing recordings.
I know. That was
MRS.
a long play, so Elver's been having to hold on to that for quite a minute.
So wait, when
Yeah.
you originally made her, did you have an idea that she was gonna have a brother, and Two-Bit was just like, your brother's Mathael? Or was he like, oh, you picked this, what is it called? That race, and he's
yeah,
like,
when I-
hey.
Yeah, it was like when I picked, because had different ideas, and so then when I picked that, he was just like, "Oh, you know what?" He's like, "My character was Asmar. Like, it would be fun if we kind of like figure out something there." So, yeah. So then he told me like stuff about him, and yeah, we just kind of built it around that.
And it's another moment I've just been waiting on. I was like, oh, this should be very interesting to see how this proceeds.
Yep.
Especially with Isalia in company. Okay. So
And then also, I just want to say I really like Omen. I mean, like obviously, like as a character, I hate her, but like as an audience or like spectator, like I love her.
great. Just the
Oh,
creepy,
joy.
the creepiness.
Yeah, with her eyes and everything.
Yep.
I just.
Yeah, it's a very strange character. So Richard,
Well done on her.
thank you, sir. And I'll
So-
give you guys a close-up photo in the Curse of Strahd channel so you can actually see a better image of what she looks like.
Is it in the book?
No.
So she's not actually.
The 7 are not in the book, for that matter.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's from the noggin.
So wait, it's not from like a TV show or. Nope. And
Nope.
you were just like, there's gonna be 7. We're gonna introduce the 7 deadly sins right
They're-
here.
They're not the deadly sins.
I know.
So okay. Anyway, so
Why
Richard,
7?
I can't tell you that.
Dang it. Alright, go ahead.
There is a
Good
reason,
effort.
but I can't tell you that. Mr. Ricardo.
so it's kind of my rule. Like my favorite moment, I never make it anything Zyle did, but I'm gonna break that tonight because it was nice to finally be like Commander Zyle
Yes.
with all the bickering and slamming the spear, and bringing that in with his whole undead stick and the grave cleric thing,
Right.
and starting to bring that out a bit. That was very cool to finally get to do some of that.
Very much so. I was glad he got to kind of implement the whole undead shtick that he had going. I was curious what would happen once you like realize that, that he's undead.
Yeah. And to be clear, that was not Richard being annoyed. That was Zyle being annoyed because
Right.
there's an undead here that we need to take care of, and we're bickering.
Right. I thought it was very appropriate for character. It was really good. So
And credit to Millard too. We didn't talk about that. His immediate like, yes sir, not sarcastic thing. That was
Yep.
great.
Yep. Well, it's like it's such a good moment too, because like it's realizing like, hey, he doesn't do this often, but when he does, you know that okay, time to be serious. Like he's doing it for a reason. Everybody, buckle up, kind of chest up, make sure your back straight. So, gosh, for mine's like tied between. I kind of try to do the same thing Richard talks about. I don't ever like to pick a favorite moment that is anything of my own making because that just seems wrong. But bringing in Omen was something I've been looking forward to for a while because it's just such a weird character. I was like, this should be fun to see what happens here. But I also really liked the interactions with Isalia getting in, dropping yet another bomb, and I had told Bex before, I was like, I don't know if Eshe's going to do this because Eshe didn't know that Malthael was Elbreth's brother. So like I gave her as much information as I could without giving her that, so that I was curious if at any point she would just say the word Malthael, and that would immediately kind of trigger this snowball to where that conversation was going to happen. And then without fail, she did it in like the first 2 or 3 sentences that she even explained. So I was like, okay, well that worked perfectly.
Well, I had to explain. Mathael made a portal and pushed me through it.
Yep. I mean, it's exactly what I wanted to happen. So like, I had zero problems with it here.
Set us up.
Sort of, maybe.
Well, of course, I mean, it makes sense for me to actually say Mathael since I was talking to Ismark. So,
And he had asked about the others, so like it all made sense.
yeah.
Like you were definitely like throwing a layup to go that direction.
Thanks,
So that
an
was
avocado.
that was good. All the interactions, even though it's probably gonna open up a big old can of worms. Nadar choosing to go outside again. I was like, well, you're gonna regret that. So
Yeah.
he's either gonna keep doing it and eventually it's not going to go well, or he going to learn one way or the other. As Dr. Grant
wait,
says, that's a bad idea.
Isalia has been walking around for a day or two, right? So why didn't, in my head, I'm like, why didn't they just pick her up then?
Because of where she was walking. Combination of a couple things, but that gets into meta answers that I don't want to answer yet.
Okay.
But there is a reason. I will give you that. But now that you're here, they're coming to collect, as it were. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, all those. It was a really good role play all around. I really like all the interactions you guys did around dealing with the sun. I thought that was really good. The entire interactions of that, and everybody kind of getting a piece and getting some attacks in was really good. Yeah. Getting to bring out the Hellhound was fun as well. I'm excited.
Were you hoping that we were gonna protect Isalia?
The campaign 1 part of me, absolutely.
Okay.
Because I was a player in campaign 1. I don't want to see anything bad happen to Isalia. But the DM in me was more indifferent because I was like, I don't know what they're going to choose. So I'm trying to just have like 3 different options open depending on what happens.
3?
Yes, 3.
What's the third option?
Well, I can't tell you that.
Come on. We're already past it.
No, maybe like a future Q&A.
Okay.
But,
Someone remember for me, because we all know I ain't going to.
That, and then we kind of didn't even really bring it up a whole lot, but the new intro, new overlays, new name bars, new everything there. So the stream has like kind of a more fresh look about it now, I'd say. I don't know if you guys noticed, but at least above me on the stream, there is your kind of like summary cards that are constantly flipping through. So right now it's on Mark's, and it's transitioning to Millard's. So then it just kind of goes through as long as it's on this. So that's new. New music for the intro thing as well. Although it didn't play, so I gotta figure that out. But a lot of new stuff to throw out, and then leave a cliffhanger for not next week because we're gonna be off. But after that, so we've gone through our highlights.
Inevitable demise.
Right, we've gone through the highlights of the nights. So last call for anything from chat to see if you have any questions or anything before we take a week off because we will not be here next week, and then we pick back up on the following week after Thanksgiving, which will be November 30th. So literally the last day of November is when we will continue on with straight into initiative. Is what will happen here. So while we give chat just a second to potentially throw anything if they want to, do we have any things from any of you guys that you'd like to ask or throw around while we're still on? And then Liam, you're muted.
Oh, my bad. How many creatures are we up against?
You don't know yet.
1 hellhound.
That's
You
part
know-
of the November
Boys.
30th question.
You know 1 hellhound and multiple wolves, so you know it's more than 1.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I'll go ahead and at least tell you at least 5.
Okay, what distance are they from us?
Killing distance.
Yeah.
It's probably like prep stuff we can get into later.
Yeah. 15 plus feet, maybe.
Okay.
They close.
Question for future us.
They close.
I am trying to remember what we said I was gonna draw names for the one shot, because like when we get back, no, that should be enough
Time.
Yeah, we'll still have.
Yeah, because that will still be like, even if I pick the 8th, like that's still like a week, and it's not like everyone, like, I don't know.
They just
Yeah.
have to
But I
get
feel
the
like
sheets in
before-
on time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll continue to push that more in the Discord and on the socials and everywhere else as well. As
Yeah,
as we
so
get
I'm gonna
closer.
say like, yeah, on the 30th, it'll be like, get it in last minute because this is the first. But for anyone who is here, make sure you're getting on that now so you don't forget.
Right. Richard, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much were you expecting a hellhound to show up this episode?
That would be a 0, actually.
100% 0.
Yep. Interesting things.
You'd have to make it on a scale of 1,000 or something.
It's like on a
It would
scale
still
of
be 0.
I'm
on a
gonna
scale.
say 1 because I'm like, at any point, anything could happen.
Sure.
Anything?
It would be a 0 if I've never heard of it, but if I've heard of it, I might have expected anything that I've ever heard of.
On a scale of 1 to oh frick, oh frick, oh frick, where are you sitting at as a player seeing a hellhound show up?
5
Dang it.
fricks.
I don't really know much about them, so I'm feeling okay. Famous
Well,
last words, maybe, I don't know.
well, you're gonna find out
If
2 weeks from now.
Mark and I both, still had spell slots, it would be a different story. But
Oh, dang. We don't
Yep.
have spell slots.
Yep.
I do.
So you guys have to do some figuring out.
I'm so sorry.
Yep. I
have
mean,
a
like,
bunch of spell slots, celestial blast, and full health and temp HP, so I'll die last.
I'm pretty sure I'll die first.
I'm pretty sure I'll die first.
yeah.
Oh,
Didn't Isalia look pretty weak? I think she's gonna die first.
considering we're
Who's to say?
protecting her.
who's to
Technically,
say?
Nadara is supposed to die first, is what everyone's saying.
Wait, I have
Yeah.
a question.
Well,
It is
the
legally
darts
required
and
at this
stuff
point.
right now.
I have a question.
Okay.
Azalea's instrument is broken, but can she still use bardic inspiration?
I mean,
What
you
does
can
she need for bardic inspiration?
still sing. So I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I don't- Yeah. I have to
Ooh,
bring that
Mark
back
just
up.
Looked at your HP. That's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get in the back.
Oh.
Go inside. Just go wait inside.
Oh, it's very good that Omen didn't decide to stay and fight, because that would have not gone good at all
Yeah.
for any of you. Yeah. Let's see. What is she's?
I think I still have inspiration on me though. I do. Oh, good.
So no, I won't say anything. I'll just leave it be.
Yep.
Unknown data, but she was prepared to cast something if you guys decided to interact, but that would have been interesting. Okay, so that's all I can think of. Last call. You guys have anything else before we leave that for tonight? I don't see anything in chat, so we'll
I think we should have SJ doing multiple characters more often.
Well, I think we will.
Oh, right. Favorite. Yeah, I want to add a favorite moment when she's just like, well, I'm Isalia. And like, Ayla said, I'm Isalia. And
Did
I
I?
think sometimes,
My
yeah. Yeah, it was. And it was just funny because it's like, oh, she didn't even notice.
I did.
And I think I felt like it
you
sounded
did.
like a couple times Azalea picked up Ayla's accent.
I did. Yes, Azalea had the Russian accent at least twice, if not three plus times.
Yep. It was the first one
First
you
of all,
did.
I'm so used to saying Barovia as Barovia instead.
Yeah, you
Yep.
said Strahd with an accent, I think. Or is
Strahd?
it Barovia?
It's like,
Or,
dang
yeah.
it.
Look, it's not easy.
Kind of flower those for us, because that way you know like who's talking. And be like,
No, it's just certain words that it's like I'm so used to saying that word that one way So
Yeah.
I could be like talking absolutely normal, and then I get to that one word, and I would just still say Strahd.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang it.
All right. Well, if nothing else, I think we're going to wrap it up there. So thank you guys so much for stopping by for episode 21. We've been having a wonderful time going through the Curse of Strahd campaign. Again, we are going to be taking next week off. So everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy some time off. Go spend some time with family. Or if you're not doing it on Tuesday, which is fine, go play some video games. Do something. Enjoy some free time as we all relax and have a week off. And we will pick back up on the 30th, which is the last day of November. Again, this is the group Trials of Imagination. We're playing through the campaign of Curse of Strahd. We sincerely thank all of you, whether you're on Twitch, whether you're on YouTube, or wherever you are watching or listening to this. Thank you guys so much for participating and being a part of this. We sincerely appreciate it and look forward to doing many, many more episodes with you. But that is all for now. So everybody say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Night night.